Oh, we're not part of the demonstrators, sir.
I know, but I was just explaining to them earlier.
Yeah.
You're recording, post it on social media. People are going to come and be like, well, they're standing on the bridge. Why can't I stand on the bridge?
We're journalists.
But we're not the pro-Hamas people chanting for
I
genocide.
understand, but let me...
But, you know, I'm sorry, I understand your position, but we're not hanging banners and,
There's
flags
zero
over the...
tolerance. If you want to file a complaint, by all means, go file a complaint. But at this time, we've been directed that no one, regardless of who you are, whether you're a journalist or not, you're not to stand on that bridge. If you don't agree with that, you're more than welcome to go file a complaint. More than welcome.
So if he stands on the bridge, are you going to arrest him?
So we have authority for obstruct public and obstruct police. If you stand on the bridge, you will be arrested, right? So you can't be standing.
David Menzies for Rebel News here in Toronto. And folks, I'm at the notorious Avenue Road Bridge that spans Highway 401 just to the north of me. I say notorious because, as you know, for several weeks, the pro-Hamas demonstrators have been assembling here. Now, there's so many bridges that span the 401 as the highway winds its way through Hogtown. Why, oh why, the Avenue Road Bridge? Could it have anything to do with the considerable Jewish population here? Yeah, I think it does. And some of the statements that these people be making, the de rigueur, from the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. That's code speak, by the way, for committing genocide and eradicating the Jewish state. And things came to a real boil for all the wrong reasons 2 weeks ago when members of the Toronto Police Service, and you can see them out here in full force today, brought coffee and donuts to the Palestinian demonstrators. Can you imagine that? That here are people advocating violence, vandalism, genocide, Jew hate, and the Toronto Police Service were bringing them snacks, Timbits, coffees, teas. It's incredible because, you know, it's funny, we've seen other protests the last few years in Hogtown. How about this? It's a man standing at Yonge Dundas Square, waving a Canadian flag, protesting the lockdowns. Let's see how Toronto police treated him.
No, wait, stop. No, wait, stop. He doesn't need to identify. Don't touch him. Hey. Back up. Keep your distance.
Yeah, so no crueler for him, just cruelty. And then, of course, let's not forget Adam Skelly of Adamson's Barbecue. Well, you know, Mayor John Tory, he sent in literally all the king's horses and all the king's men. Check it out. We had the door that was locked down by the city actually smashed open from the inside out. And then all hell broke loose. A lot of people here tried to cram themselves into the restaurant. So once again, hypocrisy, once again, two-tier policing. Well, the outcry was so loud that last week, finally, sanity prevailed. The cop said the party's over. Indeed, it is dangerous to drape flags over the overpass in case they fall down on passing cars going by. The pro-Hamas demonstrators, they wouldn't take no for an answer, and they pressed their luck, and finally the cops did the right thing. They arrested some of the troublemakers. Listen, I'm a free speech absolutist, but when you are calling for the death of an individual or an identifiable group of individuals, that means you have crossed the free speech line in the sand. Oh, we're not part of the demonstrators, sir. Or...
I know, but I was just explaining to them earlier.
Yeah.
You're recording, posted on social media. People are going to come and be like, well, they're standing on the bridge. Why can't I stand on the bridge?
We're
We have to be
journalists.
fair.
But we're not the pro-Hamas people chanting for
I
genocide.
understand, but let me explain, right?
Okay.
We have to be fair with everyone, right? So it's not just the protesters. No one is allowed to stand. Even if it's a bystander that wants to stand there, they can't.
But
no one's allowed to.
Isn't this a public sidewalk, officer?
It is.
Okay.
But at this time, there's a safety concern. And because there's a safety concern, you can't be standing here due to the safety concerns. And I'm sure you're on the news. You understand what the safety concerns are.
It was the flags and banners being held over the highway. We have no intention of doing that, officer.
Understand, but we have to be fair with everyone. We don't want to close the bridge down. So what we're doing instead is making sure that no one's actually going to stand there. So we're not coming with people saying, well, they're standing here, why can't I stand here? Then it becomes discrimination. We don't want to discriminate, right? So we want to make sure that everyone that crosses that bridge doesn't come back and forth. Stay where you are, or just stay there. You're more than welcome to stay off the bridge and do your media all you want. You just can't go where the highway is and start taking pictures and recording, because people are going to come in and be like, well, I just saw this video of them recording, why can't I do that?
But,
right?
you know, officer, I understand your position, but we're not hanging banners and,
There's
flags
zero
over the...
tolerance. If you want to file a complaint, by all means, go file a complaint. But at this time, we've been directed that no one, regardless of who you are, whether you're a journalist or not, you're not to stand on that bridge. If you don't agree with that, you're more than welcome to go file a complaint.
And so it is. The police are back here in full force today. They're going to see if the pro-Hamas types show up. And I guess they got the message. I guess they understand that this bridge is off limits. And I got to tell you, folks, I'm fine with that, because, you know, with the pro-Hamas types, if you're there to talk about creating vandalism and violence and indeed even genocide, well, you're no pals of mine. For Rebel News, I'm David the Menzoid Menzies. Folks, have you had it up to here with the pro-Hamas types, the people who are subscribing to violence and genocide? It is despicable to see what's happening on our Canadian streets these days. Please go to our website, deporthamas.com. That's deporthamas.com. Sign the petition, and if you can, please give us a donation. Unlike the mainstream media, who probably support these agitators, we don't get a single nickel of Blackface's media money, nor would we accept it if offered. Thank you so much.